Blessed is he whose transgression is forgiven, whose sin is covered. Blessed is the man unto whom the Lord imputeth not iniquity, and in whose spirit there is no guile. When I kept silence, my bones waxed old through my roaring all the day long. For day and night thy hand was heavy upon me. My moisture is turned into the drought of summer. I acknowledge my sin unto thee, and mine iniquity have I not hid. I said, I will confess my transgressions unto the Lord, and thou forgavest the iniquity of my sin. For this shall every one that is godly pray unto thee, in a time when thou mayest be found. Surely in the floods of great waters they shall not come nigh unto him. Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way which thou shalt go. I will guide thee with mine eye. Be thou not as the horse, or as the mule, which have no understanding, whose mouth must be held in with bit and bridle, lest they come near unto thee. Many sorrows shall be to the wicked, but he that trusteth in the Lord, mercy shall compass him about. Be glad in the Lord, and rejoice, the righteous, and shout for joy, all the other upright in heart. Psalm 32 opens with a burst of blessing. Blessed is the one whose transgressions are forgiven. In one sentence, David summarizes a truth that every soul needs to know: forgiveness is the greatest gift we can receive. In the next minutes, we'll walk through this psalm, uncovering what happens when we confess our sins and experience the peace of being made clean before God. Blessed is the one whose transgressions are forgiven, whose sins are covered. David begins not with guilt, but with joy. He shows us what it feels like on the other side of confession: relief, peace, restoration. Notice the words he uses: forgiven, covered, does not count against. These describe the completeness of God's mercy. He doesn't hold back. When he forgives, he wipes the slate clean. When I kept silent, my bones wasted away. Before the joy, there was torment. David describes the inner decay of guilt. His silence didn't protect him, it crushed him. Guilt isn't just spiritual, it affects our minds, emotions, even our bodies. God never intended us to carry sin in secret. These verses show that confession is not weakness, it's rescue. Then I acknowledged my sin to you, and did not cover up my iniquity. Here's the transformation. David stops hiding. He stops pretending. And in that moment of honesty, God forgives him fully. No hesitation, no probation, just grace. This verse teaches us a critical truth. God doesn't forgive the perfect, he forgives the honest. You are my hiding place. You will protect me from trouble. The man who once hid from God now hides in him. What a reversal. Guilt made David retreat in shame. Forgiveness draws him into intimacy and protection. God becomes his refuge, not from danger, but from despair. When we confess, we don't lose dignity. We find our deepest shelter in the Lord. I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. God doesn't just forgive, he guides. Once we've been cleansed, he leads us forward. These verses reveal God's fatherly heart. He wants to teach, direct, and lovingly warn us. Confession doesn't end in forgiveness, it leads to wisdom and transformation. Do not be like the horse or the mule, which have no understanding. David warns us not to be stubborn, resisting correction, or hiding sin only leads to ruin. Like animals that must be controlled with force, those who refuse God's instruction end up broken, but those who listen find peace. Psalm 32 tells us, humility before God brings harmony within. Many are the woes of the wicked, but the Lord's unfailing love surrounds the one who trusts in him. The contrast is clear: those who stay in sin suffer, but those who trust in God's mercy are surrounded by love. This verse draws a line between self-reliance and surrender. One leads to sorrow, the other leads to safety. Choose the path of mercy, and you will never be alone. Rejoice in the Lord, and be glad, you righteous. Sing, all you who are upright in heart. David ends Psalm 32 with joy, a fitting conclusion for a psalm that began with blessing. This isn't just relief, it's celebration. Forgiveness doesn't just erase sin, it releases joy. We are invited to live with gladness, to sing freely, and to rejoice as people made right with God. That is the ultimate freedom.